If you are feeling so overwhelmed right now that you don't even know where to start, you don't know who you are, you don't know what to do with yourself, trust me, you are not alone. Honestly, your mind racing, your to-do list being completely endless, and it seems like no matter what you do, you just sinking consistently deeper. That feeling, I am so familiar with it. I totally get you. I've been there. It was not that long ago where I reached the point I got so stuck that I couldn't even I had no way of getting out at that point. On the outside, it looked like I was doing amazingly well and I was, I had my full-time corporate job, then I was running my coaching business, and then I was running my social enterprise, and also I maintain my amazing relationship, of course, right? It's all great and wow. Oh wow, amazing, Jeanette. You're such an amazing woman. I tell you, on the inside, I was exhausted, I was anxious, I was consistently in pain. My body was in pain. I was guilty from the moment I become conscious every single day in the morning. And then I felt so lost with myself. So if you're feeling anything like that, I get it. And today, what I want to do is I want to share with you how I broke free from that overwhelming cycle and how you can do exactly the same too. I didn't realize back then, but I wasn't just busy. I was actually stuck in a mental cycle that didn't serve me. It was this loop that I kept replaying. It was like Groundhog Day. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get off it and I lost myself entirely. The breaking point for me came when I was on holiday with my partner in Marbella. We had gone to the area for a friend's wedding. We had an amazing time at the wedding. We just spent a few days in Marbella to soak up some sun. Who wouldn't? I still remember though, that specific day, we had gone out for breakfast, and then I think for about an hour or two, and then we had to run back to the hotel because I needed to get on LinkedIn, do some connection time, and do my posting, and to make sure that my business was running. After that, we went out for a couple of hours, did enjoy some sun by the beach. We were right next to the beach, by the way. And then I had to run back early, because I needed to get on this call with a potential client, and have to respect the client's time, etc., and work on my business, right? And I still remember the moment I closed the call, I burst into tears. Not only because the client didn't sign up at that time, I was angry with myself for showing up in the way that I had this like desperate energy about me at that time. I was overwhelmed with the work that I hadn't done. Is it because I didn't do enough prep? Is it because I shouldn't have gone on holiday? Is it because I didn't send her, I don't know, whatever else I was thinking. And I could have done better, right? I could have done this, I could have done that. And all of that list. And the guilt, the stress, the overwhelm, everything just made me crumble, and I was crying uncontrollably. Not to mention that my boyfriend wasn't even allowed into the room at that point, so I had to kick him out for this call in case he made a noise. That's not a loving relationship where we can enjoy life together. That's not a sustainable way of running a business, of never being able to every 2 minutes, like every couple of hours, had to run back to the hotel to get the Wi-Fi. And that's not the life I wanted to live. And not to mention how I wasn't able to serve that potential client on that day because I had this desperate energy about me. And it was at that moment that I knew something had to change. This was not the life that I wanted to live. This is not the life that I teach people how to live. So, what am I doing stuck in this loop? Breaking free from overwhelm is not a magical thing that go ta-da, you just clear your calendar, you start off with a blank sheet of paper every day, and then it magically everything will just stop and you're woo, yay, loving life. It doesn't work like that. It's about having those intentional moments every day to make those small, tiny, incremental shifts. It's about trusting that whatever you do, no matter how small that task is, you are making progress. So, here are the things that actually help me. Number one, pause and breathe. I know it sounds really simple and I know it feels like, what really? Like we're breathing all the time. But when you're overwhelmed, like you are actually not breathing properly, you are in fight or flight mode. Your body is stressed out, it's frozen, and you are actually producing cortisol consistently. So the more you are in this state, the more you are going to be continuing in this state, because the chemicals that are released in your body, it takes about 60 to 90 seconds to actually for it to go through your body. So the more you fuel it, the more it's going to produce. First thing to do is to pause and breathe. Like just stop, drop everything and just stop. And then breathe. Not just that kind of breathing. Like literally take time to breathe through your nose into your diaphragm and out through your mouth. And what you'll find that within 3 to 5 breaths, your shoulders will start coming down, your body will start relaxing. And when you actually are able to put your body back at ease, you can then start functioning properly again because you are not anymore in fight or flight mode. Doing this gives you space to think clearly and then so that you can move on to the next step. The second step then is to ask yourself, what is truly important? Like, what is it? Because as a high achiever, I am definitely a high achiever. I am goal orientated. I love to have variety in my life and I keep going and I'm very ambitious. And I literally pride myself in how fast I can do things, how much I can do, and all the things give me really loads of joy. However, the biggest cause of overwhelm, one of them at least, is trying to do everything at one time. You physically cannot do more than one thing at a time. If you think about multitasking, you're literally just flicking in between two different things at the same time or multiple things at the same time. You can't do two things at the same time. So actually doing one thing in every given moment is going to help you. What is the one thing that I can do now in order for me to move this needle forward, whatever it is? What is the one thing if I do now is going to really make me feel so much better about myself, feel more achieved, like whatever you want to feel? And you'll notice that out of your list of 10, 50, 100 things to do, there'll be one thing that's on your mind. And that's the one that's going to keeps niggling you, keeps making you feel guilty. Do that first. And knowing that one thing is going to give you the clarity. Honestly, this is a game changer. It's going to give you the clarity to go, okay, this is my next step. Like, forget about the rest. They won't run away. I promise you, your task will not go away. But knowing exactly what your next thing to focus in, it helps your mind go, oh, okay. Once you have completed that one thing, you are going to notice that you start relaxing more. And then when you've got time, if you've got energy, do the next and the next and the next. And you will be so surprised at how productive you become and how much less stress you're going to have. Even if you only end up doing that one thing that day, it's absolutely okay. And you're going to be able to sleep at night and to be able to relax knowing that you've done the most important thing for that day. The third one, and honestly, this I would say is the most important one for the prevention long term going forward, is give time for yourself. I used to overlook this step completely when I was doing all of those things because actually I gave my time, my space, my energy to everything else and everyone else because I was in service, right? That I forgot about me. I had nothing left for myself. So honestly, give yourself that time. Maybe it's reading, it's walking, it's cup of tea or coffee, or literally 1 minute of deep diaphragmatic breathing. Those are the moments that are so precious and so important to allow you to reconnect with yourself and to recharge. This is what I practice now, and it prevents me from getting into that space of stress and not being able to get out of it, because every day I'm reconnecting to myself. It gives me more clarity on how to move forward, and it reminds me I am here, I am safe, I am enough, and this is who I am. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, I just want you to know that you are not alone and you don't have to stay stuck in this cycle. Start with something small like pause and breathe. Breaking free is not about being perfect. It's not about, oh, I didn't do this today. It's all about making space for yourself and giving yourself the permission to stop and breathe. And I want you to know that you don't have to do this alone. Sometimes all it takes is having the right tools and the right guidance to see things differently and to start those small intentional changes, and having someone there who can help you in keeping those practices every single day. And that's exactly what I do with my clients through my coaching and Reiki practices. It's about creating the space to understand what's really going on, to find a clarity, and to help you build the confidence to move forward in the way that actually feels aligned to you. If you're ready to start breaking free from overwhelm forever, and to reconnect with yourself, that's exactly what I'm here for. So send me a DM and click on the links below, or click on the link in bio to find out more about how we can work together, because you don't have to stay stuck. You have the power to rewrite it, and I really want to help you with that. Thank you so much for watching today. If this resonated with you, please like and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights and conversations about how you can actually navigate life with clarity, with intention, and live and start living the lifestyle that you really want to. Just know that whatever you're going through right now, you are not alone, and I am here to support you.